Good morning, guys. We're back in the field today with planting. With any luck, today might be the last day of planting for 2020, which is very exciting because it has been a long time in the making. Right now I'm taking this trailer to go fill it with the last load of fertilizer that we need to finish the last field. So this is very exciting to finally be done with this big project. Yesterday we had a new piece of equipment come to the farm. If you follow me on Instagram, you would know. But if you don't, I highly recommend going over and following me on Instagram. I'll leave the link in the description of the video. Can't believe I'm saying that. That's kind of like professional, you know? Really, I'm not. But as long as I sound professional, that's what matters. But yeah, I'll leave the link of my Instagram in the description. Go over, give me a follow, then you can see sneak peeks of videos, mainly because it always goes on Instagram before it comes to YouTube, just with the delay in filming and video editing. But yes, yesterday we got our new sweep plow. It is a 11.6 Landau 1710 sweep plow. Whenever we start sweeping, I'll tell you a little more about it, show you what it is. Kind of might be today that I can get to that, but I doubt it. Probably sometime next week, I would say. But other than that, we'll just keep on hauling fertilizer till we're done, and then maybe we can finish up today and move on to other projects other than sitting in this pickup hauling fertilizer from town and back, which is going to be very exciting. So I'll see you guys back in the field. Well, it's a little bit later, but I'm finally getting back out to the field. I don't know why I ever say this is the last day of anything, because whenever I say that, something bad goes wrong or something happens, and then it just makes it not the last day. But one of our cow tanks ran out of water, so Dad had to stop the planter to go fix the cow tank right before he overheated. So I had to go back to town to get the service truck, Debbie, and so I could use the air compressor to blow out the radiator, and then I will start planting until he gets back from the cow operation. And maybe we can actually finish today, but right now it is not looking too promising. We should have like 180 to 200 acres left, which should not take us more than about 4, maybe 5 hours to finish. But the way it's going, it might take us all day and maybe even part of tomorrow. But that's just how farming goes. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it, but it's not. So I'm almost back to the tractor, and then I will get started blowing out the radiator and then see if I can get this thing running. We are finally in some farm equipment, so I can finally show you guys something other than driving my pickup around. Despite what it may seem, I actually do more than just drive my pickup around the farm. I'm kind of useful, depends on the day. But right now, just getting some planting done. Just got going. I've made about half a pass. Not going bad so far. It's been quite a while since I've ran the planter. Little refresher, but it won't take me too long to get it. So this is the inside view from my planter. It's kind of big, 90 foot. We're traveling at 5.5 mile an hour is what we normally go. You know, any faster and the singulation starts getting bad. You don't get proper depth because your road just starts skipping and bouncing all over the place. So in this case, slow and steady definitely does win the race. So blowing the radiator out. The radiator was up there, as you guys saw, but it is so dusty around here that our radiators just fill with dirt really quick. It just sucks it in and it gets stuck. So that's about an every other day, maybe every third day job that just has to be done constantly. It's just part of it. But yeah, now we're going. So this field that I'm playing, it's a full section field, so 644 acres to be exact, which is a massively huge field. And normally a section is a mile by a mile. 640 acres is a section, so this is just a little over. But this is not a mile by a mile. This is a half of a mile by 2 miles. So I'm going 2 miles straight that way. You can't even see the end because it's so flat. So yeah, these rows take a while, but it makes the acres go really fast. Since this is so big, it just eats them up, not having to turn around all the time. So maybe I can find you guys a picture on the map. You have to zoom way out. Still going. Still going. Still going. I think that's as far as it zooms out. But anyway, so you can't even see the ends of the field. I'll go this way. That is the end of the field right there. You can barely see it. So this is just absolutely massive, which is not a bad thing. It goes quick. But anyway, so this is my cab. We run the Clean Sweep by Precision, our row cleaners, because in our no-till conditions, this wheat stubble becomes an issue for those row units. It just gets stuck between the gauge wheel and the true V disc, and then it makes a disaster because it plugs you up, and then you start pushing hay stacks through the whole field. So we run the Clean Sweep, and then down here, this is my planter row shut off. I could shut sections off by 12. Since this is a 36 row, there's 3 sections of 12 that I can shut off, whether it be the center, right, left, whichever. So this box here in the corner, this is for all of my folding. I use one hydraulic remote as well as this box, and this box controls a bunch of manifolds back there, and that's what allows me to fold the whole planter up. It's kind of complicated. There's a lot of steps. And then right here, this is just the tractor monitor. Standard in all 8R tractors of this year. That's just where I monitor like my engine temperatures, speeds, hydraulic flow. But down here, this is my auto steer monitor, as well as my rate control monitor, as well as my planter monitor. So that does all the work. In there I can adjust my populations. It just tells me singulation, how well it's planting. It just basically gives an overall statistic of how the planter is performing right now. Therefore, I can make adjustments to make it plant better. For instance, if we're starting to get some high population, normally I lower the vacuum, because that means you have too high of a vacuum and it's sucking 2 seeds into the hole on the disc instead of just 1. Same thing with a low population, you raise your vacuum because you're starting to get skips. So that's kind of where I just adjust all the planter stuff, downforce, everything like that. And then down there, that is the modem on the planter. So that is just basically, it's similar to like a field view control, but it's just John Deere's version of that. It just tells me like my overall field averages of singulation, population, ride quality, speed. It gives me a picture and lays out high populations and low populations where the planter has maybe messed up, or it just allows me to monitor the whole planter and determine if something's wrong just by the color of the map or the numbers that it displays. Just allowing me to do a little better job in the field. Because if you mess up planting, that's it. You're done. This is the first step of farming. You can't get the plant in the ground, and if that seed doesn't come up, well, you're not farming all year. So this is, in my opinion, this is one of the more important starts of farming, is the 1-year weed control so you can plant, and 2, the planting so you have a seed that grows. But there is not one part of farming that is more important than the other. It's just they all rely upon each other to make a successful year. But anyway, first time planting for our farm. Just kind of as I get older, they trust me with a little bit more, giving me more responsibilities to kind of prove myself as a farmer, maybe one day being able to join the partnership along with my dad and my uncle. It is just us three currently, with help from my brother, my sister, my mom, and we have seasonal help, harvest help. But other than that, we don't have any hired hands. It's just us that kind of work the farm long hours. It's really just a family operation, which is awesome, because working with family beats working with anyone else any day of the week, in my opinion. So that is enough talking. Now we'll try to get some planting done. What I have to watch out is, so you see how tall this stubble is. We don't use platform headers, we use stripper heads, which only takes a head of wheat off the top, leaving all this residue. This is about 2.5 foot tall wheat stubble. Well, you gotta really watch out, because if you aren't paying attention, a lot can go south really quick, because it likes to get plugged up in those row units, which is a given. So it's just a lot to watch out for and a lot to pay attention to. So now that I've given you a little tour of our tractor, and I'm not even halfway through the field yet, you can kind of see the thin line through the field. That's the halfway point. We have gone 1 mile, 1 down, 1 to go. What's nice about a big planter is it takes like half the passes to get a field done, and you just get so much more progress visually that it just makes it a whole lot more enjoyable than, say, a 12 row or even a 24 row at that fact. It is amazing how much more we can get done with this 90 footer than we could have with our 60 footer, which is very nice. Going 5.5 mile an hour, we can get about 58 acres done per hour. So in a day, we try to aim for above 700 acres. In a day of running with one planter, 700 acres is our goal. Normally that doesn't always happen, which is a given, but that is our goal. It just depends if the fertilizer guy can keep up. He's just kind of slow some days, which is me, but it's fine. This is the first time I will actually say this on the channel, which is kind of exciting too. Along with the description thing earlier, that's kind of professional. But if you guys wouldn't mind clicking on the subscribe button below this video, that way you don't miss out on any of my content, as well as give me a thumbs up and maybe a comment on what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see more of, less of, or if the video is actually bad, just give me a thumbs down. I take criticism in all ways. That's what makes this channel better, and that is how I can improve on what I'm putting out for you guys, is feedback. I don't know what to change if I don't know what I need to change. We have a long ways to go. I've been talking the whole time, and I haven't even turned it off. That's how long this field is. All that talking, and I'm still not to the end, which is great. More productivity, less turns, fuel consumption, efficiency. Turn 1 down. Got 2 miles back the other way, so I can turn again and do it all over again. And do it again about, I don't know if you can see the end of the field, but I can't either. So, same boat, different sailor. fertilizer, and there is nobody around to really bring anything to me currently. So I will run back to town now, grab my trailer, fill up with fertilizer, and then come back. And then maybe we can plant again. Either that or Dad will be back probably, and then he'll plant. And then we will continue on with the day doing something else. Alright guys, I got the fertilizer trailer hooked up and I'm headed back out. I just turned down Galatea Road, and then there's some good looking clouds out there. I would not be mad if I got rained out at all. I'd be ecstatic if we got rain. We're so stinking dry right now, that would be a blessing. Sprinkles, starting to rain. Just got going and now it is starting to rain on me. I'm gonna try to finish this half of a pass, quarter of a pass, I think. It's about half a mile before the rain comes in. That way we're at kind of an even stopping spot, but I don't know. It's kind of moving in pretty quick, but I don't got much left. So hopefully we can get at least this pass done. Getting closer to finally finishing up Plant 20. As you can see, there's that little sliver. It goes to the top of the hill, and then it jogs over about 2 passes, and then I can finish. So there might be like 20 acres, 30 acres max left. So we are getting very close. It's been going pretty good so far. I haven't had one row plug up yet. Just some sprinkles on the cabin, that's about it. But hopefully we can finish within the hour. Plant 2020 is officially over, and I could not be happier about that. That was a long time in the making, but now we are done. Possibly. Unless there's replant. But I'm thinking there might not be the way it's looking right now. But anyway, now I'm going to fold this up. Then we'll take it back to the shop. Start unloading seed, get seed discs taken out, get it ready to be power washed, blown off, and then stuck back in the shed for next year. Well guys, that marks the end of Plant 20. It took a long time, but we are finally done. And it's still light out. It's like 6:30, but I'm tired. Everyone is tired. So I think we're gonna go to bed early and get to sleep in for once. So I will see you guys in the next video.